Welcome to the Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Derek.
I'm also your host, Dominic.
We are currently
not Derek.
We are currently on episode 131, and we have a very special guest today. We have Tony and Carlos with Big Choke Golf. Their number one purpose in golf is to give back to the youth in their community. If you're not following them on Instagram, make sure to hit that follow button. Their Instagram handle is @BigChokeGolf. I would say fellas, but it's just you right now, but Carlos will be joining us. So thank you so much for joining us, and welcome back.
No problem, man. Thank you guys for having me. This is pretty cool.
Derek.
Had a great time last time.
Yeah, welcome to Derek, because Derek was not here.
We've met before, but this is the first time that we've talked via Zoom. So yes, this is
exciting. We had Dom all to ourselves last time, so
for sure.
We had a blast without you. So we gotta have a bigger blast with you.
Oh yeah, we'll have times two here for sure.
So I always tell people when you're not here, it's way more chaotic.
Yeah, I know you typically will mention that. I don't think so, though. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I do listen to some. I didn't listen to the most recent one with Stogies and Bogies. I didn't listen to that one.
That one's a riot.
Yeah. But
pick that one up.
Jesse's a good dude. He's in our. So in the episode, it's like, hey, add me to the group chat.
Yeah.
Added him to the group chat. And today he sent us a picture of him pooping. So.
I was just telling Dom, I'm like. It's a little overwhelming. That's a great group chat, but sometimes you're just like, I can't even keep up.
I feel like
with these.
I feel like as soon as we added Lalo, off the rails.
Lalo is a man. Yeah, Lalo.
Yep.
He's fantastic.
My boy. He told you guys about how we ended up being like distant family and cousins when he was on. Just happened to be our parents are from like the same little town in Mexico.
Yes, so I remember that.
Dude, we ended up running into each other through golf out here, and it's like, holy cow, that was pretty cool.
It's kind of funny, all the people that we're associated with are all pretty tight knit over on the West Coast. It seems like there's all some sort of just like we're talking about Jeremy, like you guys were just talking about Jeremy. The shit show it's now
Hidden
Links. Yeah, they renamed it, rebranded it, but same thing. Like everyone is somehow cross paths.
I also feel like it could be wrong, but I feel like on some level, all Mexicans are related,
super close.
Because it's like what are the odds, right? That it's Carlos and then boom, Lalo, and then obviously the Golfers are related, but that's by marriage. But
freaking love.
I feel like Lalo is somehow related to Ralph. That'd be wild. But I could see it.
It's like you can just put them in a room and they're just somehow you guys organically or I don't know, find a same hometown in Mexico or wherever
for sure.
They'll just kick it off,
Absolutely.
That wasn't racist, was it? Am I going to get canceled for that?
Yeah, you're going to be canceled. This is going to be the Save Par podcast, but it's not going to exist because
the podcast
got canceled.
And the Mexican community loves me, which is the funniest part. But
you're invited to the carne asada. You're good, man.
Yeah. Damn it. That's not.
I was just say. I mean, I'm still recovering. I was at a quinceañera over the weekend. I had family from Colorado, and it's like I said, it's a great time, but it's like you have to really hit recovery mode. You know what I mean? It's
and it only gets worse the older you get, dude.
Yes. So. Yep. I'm aware of that, but
yeah, it's because you're old.
So let's kind of recap Big Choke Golf. What is it all about, and where did the name and the logo come from?
Social club started the group of guys. Fantasy Football League, I think, is what hit it off. We started getting together before our draft to play around the golf, and everybody sucked equally. Nobody was very good at golf, so it was always fun. It was always like just, hey, we're drafting whatever Saturday morning we'll set up a tee time, and that kind of spilled over into hey, why don't we do this more often or twice a year or whatever instead of just waiting till draft day. And it was, 12 guys, sometimes 16, sometimes 20. And it was just organically, just let's get together. And then, with golf comes the drinking and I'll bet you $1. I'll land this inside, 3 feet or whatever. And it started getting to a little more money, whatever. And it was at the end of the day, you'd go home with $20 in your pocket. And it was like, all right, do I need, whatever, let's do something with this. So then just over time, it was just, we'd go out there and all right, let's go try to win a couple bucks, amongst friends. And then it was like, well, why not just try to give it back? And it was like, we're not betting a lot of money, or we're not doing anything crazy. That's how much can you give back? And I was like, well, what if we make this more of a club or a league where we actually encourage people to join us, try to take donations, try to organize like formal events, and then see what comes about, you know. So we did. So we've been getting together since, I think we're going into like our 6th year now. So then we did the whole, started the club, got an LLC and got a nonprofit ID and did all the paperwork, and it just started snowballing, man. It was like one thing after another. Just things started falling into place. And then next thing you know, we were a thing. And and instead of 12 to 14 to 16 guys, and it was like, hey, we got a list of 30. And running everything on a spreadsheet. Just rolled up. Sleeping Beauty.
Where is he?
The man himself.
Where is he? There he is.
What's up, Carlos?
Better late than never.
Well, I mean,
You missed your really nice introduction.
Can we start over? I'm kidding.
Yeah, let's start over.
Yeah. So then the group started growing, and we used to do this on a spreadsheet. Just get everything together kind of on a spreadsheet and put things together. We're kind of halfway.
We're good. You don't need this on the bad side. We're good.
We'd get the guys out, whatever. It was just a pain to do on a spreadsheet and try to get everything organized, and things started getting a little bigger. So then we started using Golf Genius. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that program, but that's what the clubhouses use, right? So
yep.
Now that became a platform or a system for us to really get involved with other nonprofit organizations. And I don't know if it was like always the intent, but it was like we didn't think it was going to get. We're not even big, but this big to our ability or capacity, right? Where it's like, holy shit, now we're doing a tournament for leukemia lymphoma. We've partnered with them 2 years now.
Yeah, we just did
our second tournament, and we were able to raise almost $10,000 for them. So
it's incredible. Wow. Yeah, congrats.
It was awesome. That feeling was just like, and the best part is like, how much are you guys going to charge us to do this? And we're like, not $1, because we have a blast doing it. Like this is what we enjoy it. Like, yeah. We're gonna go have fun. We're gonna play. We're gonna have our beers, but we're not gonna charge you $1. Like, don't just let the thing be organic. Let whoever wants to come partake in it. Let's do it. But that's kind of fast forward to where we're at now, right? So it just kind of snowballed. It just that's kind of our last 5 years in a little recap of where we're at. Since Derek, you weren't around last time, but a lot has gone into it. But for the most part, it's just a small group of friends that. How far is Pebble Beach from here?
What, 20 minutes? Maybe 20
30 miles? 20, 30 miles?
No, not even that.
Not even that.
I don't know.
So we're like,
Close.
we're so close. Why at the age of 5, 6, 7 were we not introduced to golf? And then to answer your other question, the logo is an artichoke. So growing up, a lot of our Mexican families, parents, relatives were in agriculture. So the predominant vegetable here, there's a lot of ag, but Castroville is known for their artichokes. So that, I don't know, that's one of your old coworkers or something put
artichokes
little arms on it. And
we literally told him making we need a logo. He's a little bit of an artist, so we asked him, hey, we need a golfing artichoke. Come up with something. And within a few, I don't know, it was less than a week. Huh?
Yeah,
it didn't take
just
long.
put it together.
He's like, what do you guys think? Perfect, we'll take it. There we go.
An awesome logo that we've talked about it before. It's
everybody thinks it's a hop.
Yeah.
I think there was an episode where we were talking about like our favorite logos, and I said Big Choke because 1, I love artichokes. I think artichoke dip is phenomenal, and 2, it's an artichoke that plays golf. Like, what is not to love?
Yeah. I heard that, and it was kind of like dead silence after that because they were like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah. No one was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like,
artichoke.
Oh, well, I'll put you guys
like,
on.
it's like one of those.
myself nuts, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
so that's
it's
kind
really,
of how we came about. That's kind of where we're at now. And now we do a toy drive every year in December. So that's kind of our little tournament, and that's probably the one we have the most fun in because we organize the whole. I mean, we try to organize the other ones, but we essentially that's kind of the backyard. Let's close out the year. All our friends come out, whether you've played golf for 10 years or one day, that's just kind
never
of
picked up a club type of deal.
yeah. That's the course that really shout out to Spring Hills, man.
Bobby at Spring Hills, he takes care of us, man.
He's
Is that just like is that like a 9-hole like executive or par 3 kind of course, or is it?
no, it's 18.
It's
but
18. It's just a little
That
flat
is-
course.
family owned type thing.
Those are the best though.
Hills. Yeah. So they kind of set their own rules and you just go respect the track and it's all gravy, man.
It's a fun little course. It's well taken care of. A lot of little elevated
Challenges.
shots, buying tee shots and a lot of dog legs, and
Sure.
it does challenge your game. So the skill levels for everybody there.
That's awesome. And you mentioned the for a Kier golf tournament. So this is you had it just recently, right? Last couple months, was it a month or two? Maybe a couple months
April.
ago. It was April. Okay, yep.
Which one?
So do you
Which one?
plan on?
So there's two, right? So the one we
Key for the
do.
Cure.
So there's a key for a cure one that we
Yep.
support in October, and
Okay.
we donate. It's pretty cool. So that one, key for a cure, I think that's all like
That's
towards
for
kids-
St. Jude's,
St. Jude's Children's
Hospital.
So that they do that one in October, and we started donating the golf balls for everybody. Shout out to Jordan and Odin. We get Odin golf balls, put our logo on them, and pass them out to everybody at the golf course. And we're like, that's one way to get our name out.
Mhm.
So
100%.
it's pretty funny because I've had guys come back and say, "Hey, I found your golf ball," and I was like, "No, dude, you got a sleeve of them in your gift bag or whatever." And they're like, "Oh shit!" So that's a key for a cure. The one we do
Great
is the
marketing.
Leukemia Lymphoma Society. The one we host is Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and that's kicks off their campaign for all their fundraising for whatever it is they do, the Visionary of the Year, and they do all their fundraising for. It's like a Hunger Games type thing. I want to say they do it for 2 or 3 months where they try to raise funds, and everybody's doing a different type of fundraising events. Well, what's kind of become of it is we're kind of the kickoff golf tournament to that. That is their fundraising season. So
Sure.
we don't have a designated candidate. We just make the donation to the foundation itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
And you guys continue to do
it
that.
works out, man.
Sure. No, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, the
because
plan is to do it every year, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great cause. It's knock on wood, man. Where the stories you hear from the people who've been truly affected by that is just it's crazy, man. Anything we can do to help is
Sorry, there's a little bit of
But
delay,
both
so
those
I
events are
apologize.
really nice private country. Sorry, they're both at
No,
really
no.
nice country clubs, Corral de Tierra. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to play at those places. So we appreciate that they're really nice venues.
open the doors to us.
Yeah. So it's very we
That's
all work
amazing.
well with each other. So it's great cause.
And it's
then
all about having
recently-
fun. It's all about having fun and giving back at the end of the day. So,
For a good cause.
if you're having fun and you're giving back, do it for free. Like you were saying earlier, you're not going to charge them a dime. I think that's unbelievable.
Yeah, the other one we're getting ready for now. And actually just before this, I was getting our City of Monterey business license, which it's like, why do I need a damn business license? It's like I'm not doing anything. So the Artichoke Festival runs. I don't know. What do you guys have in Minnesota? Festival for something, right? I don't know.
Oh,
Your county fair.
Yeah, we got all
so
sorts of.
up north where my dad grew up, they have a blueberry festival.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So something like that. So all these different like
Vendors.
town, city, yeah, they got like Strawberry Festival, just the garlic and Gilroy.
Actually, that one is no
Garlic
longer with
no
us.
longer. R.I.P. That was
Rest in peace.
yeah. That was they have different festivals for whatever reason, right? They have like a rib cook-off in San Juan Bautista not too long ago. It was a couple
Chili
weeks ago.
cook-off in the winter, fall.
So the Artichoke Festival has it's a nonprofit. They do different things throughout the community, and it's the same sort of thing. It's an artichoke festival that they set up at the county fairgrounds. And we're going to have a table and a booth there, just encouraging people to come out and play golf. Not really selling anything, not really. It's just talking to them about. So we helped them set up their golf scramble in August or September, I think. Right. So
do they have a date yet? I don't know. If
yeah, I think so.
A date
That's
yet.
Bayonet.
Oh, okay.
So we'll lock that in, and then we'll have a little booth there and have a QR code and get your 4-man scramble and let's go have a day, you know.
It's a good idea. It's a great way to
We've
market.
done that tournament once or twice with them. Twice. So this will be our third. We did Black Horse. I'm sorry. What's the one in Salinas?
Crazy Horse.
Yeah, Crazy Horse. And then this last one was
no, that was the last one. We've just played in all their tournaments before.
That's right. Okay.
We've just played. Now we're actually helping them put them together. So, yeah.
Do you guys both kind of go together, collaborate on all the planning, or is it just mainly you, Tony? Or I mean, who does kind of all the planning on that, get everything going?
It's kind of a mixed bag, dude. We just kind of, I think I start pushing the ideas, and then it's like bounce them off Fester, and then we get like a ton of help. Shout out Jasmine, because last time I didn't shout her out, she was pissed. She helps her run our website.
Shout out Jasmine.
My niece, my wife. Shout out to her, cousins, whoever. Just kind of different ideas, different. Hey, you guys, this worked last time, this didn't. You know, from the first time when we had check-ins, it was like a couple years back, but it was our first toy drive. It was like
I think it was manual. Yeah, it was on.
It might have been like a paper or something, highlighter, you know. And they're like, dude, this isn't gonna work. And it's like, all right. So then we brought the iPad, and it was like, all right, well, the iPad works fine, but it'd be easier with an actual laptop. So then now, and she's kind of, so now check-in's a breeze, and people, it's funny because people are actually like, dude, checking in is like, you don't want to stand in the line. You don't want to just, it's like, let's
be a pain in the butt.
I want to play golf.
Yep. God, you sound like us.
Right. So
the first tournament we did, I believe we had a laptop, right?
Hmm?
Or was it a handwritten list?
No, it was a laptop.
I believe it was a Shlunky.
It wasn't too bad. It was the shindig in California was the one that really kind of screwed, because we didn't really we were setting up while everyone showed up. So we were like early, but we weren't like.
Apparently
were we supposed to check in?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really set. That's the thing. We didn't even like really have a like. We were like had the tent, but we didn't even get a chance to check everyone in.
Yeah,
it's crucial for.
Like we had a system, and we got there early.
We had to abort the system though,
and then everyone showed up, and we were like, what is everybody doing here? And like the swag bag was a mess.
Yeah.
The checking in didn't happen. Nobody got their food, and then we ended up seeing like the golf course staff like run away with
that. Was actually speaking of shit show tour, like that was the definition of a shit show for the
dude. Like, they had 2 events. They double booked.
Yeah. We had everything kind of organized to the best of our abilities,
and for being not local.
Yeah, right. It was. I mean, Jordan was a huge help, obviously, because we kind of been sponsoring or headlining these events. And man, it was. I don't want to bash the golf course, but that whole situation was just a terrible. I mean, when you go out there, granted, everyone had fun, but there was so many takeaways from that event where our first one was a lot smoother.
I was so drunk.
Yeah, Dom was drunk as hell, so it didn't really matter for him. He was having a great time. That's where everyone else, too, for the most part, was like, dude, it sucks, but what do? You know, we're out here just to have a good time, and that's really, at the end of the day.
I don't remember it being a problem.
I don't remember having to check in or anything. It was like, all right, we're great.
I don't either. I remember stopping drinking was the problem.
Yeah, so that was the one thing. Like, I love my IPAs and all those beers, but I was like, today I'm just going to try to stay sober and just try to hone in on everything. And that's where I was like, Dom had the fair share of drinking, but it was unbelievable how smoothly it went for having a double booked an event for the same amount of people. I mean, we had people coming over, like we said, we were setting up, and people from the other event were trying to play in our event. They're like, oh, this is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this?
We met Beans on the Greens.
Beans on the Greens,
Chris and his boys. It was hilarious, dude, because we actually one of our boys, or was you on the bus to Pebble Beach?
Pro-Am.
and they had their Beans on the Greens logo, or greens on the beans, or beans on the green.
Beans on the green.
Beans on the greens, yeah. Sorry. We see you guys smiling and laughing. There was a little bit of a delay. So
and so they started shooting, and they pulled up. So then, through social media, we've been in contact.
I remember, I think I was talking to
We have a little delay.
Yeah, we saw you guys laughing and smiling, so we just kind of we were rolling with it as well. There's a little bit of a.
I think I was talking to Jesse, or it might have been Lalo. We were talking about beans on the green. I was like, "Can I say that?" Like,
I think it was with Lalo.
Oh, was it Lalo? I'm like, can I say that? And Lalo was like, "Yeah, bro, you're cool." And I was like, "Okay."
It was one of those 2 episodes, but yeah. No, so I seen them coming across where everybody was hanging out by the that putting green area.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't even holding clubs. They were just kind of walking, and they were going to the wrong group.
Yes.
I was like, "Hey, Chris, what are you doing? Party's over here, dude."
Yeah. So we obviously had a smaller event in Arizona. Like going back to like what you said with like your wife and like some family friends. So it did work out. Jordan actually had his girlfriend out there at the Arizona event. So we were able to like Dom and Jordan, like when we're doing all the California stuff, like at that point, like now we're just meeting everyone that we've been talking to on Instagram. So it was like the whole like sign-in thing just went out the window. We're just socializing with everyone. So it was just kind of like it's kind of a mad grab and disaster. So we've learned a lot. It's one of those things. You plan an event and you're like, okay, what are some of the takeaways? So that was one of them.
And I feel bad because I'm trying to do stuff and all I hear is, "Where's Dom?" I'm like, I'm hiding behind the flag.
Put all the flags in the golf carts.
And everyone's like, "Where's Dom?" I'm like hiding, and then Daniel's like, "Hey, want to do shots?" I was like, "I'll do shots."
And then Dom was never to be seen again. He was just
then I was everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was everywhere.
I was like, I don't know where he's at.
I think we ran into you like one of the. It wasn't on the. There was the one hole that had the roadblock with the keg.
Oh gosh, yeah, with the keg on top of the big cooler on top of the cart.
But we ran into you. It was late in the day, like under a tree, and I think you were done, Dom. Like you had your camera and you're just like hanging out, and I was like, all right.
Yeah. So I got kicked off the cart.
You did?
What do you mean?
By you?
Oh, yeah. I think we went to go like hit some golf shots or hit some shots.
Yeah. So originally I was the one who was supposed to take pictures and get all this content and everything, and then Derek goes, "I'm bored. Come back and get me." So it's a 2-person golf cart. So the odd one out. The one Jordan, the founder.
I think that's how it went down, to be honest. I think you were a little I was the sober one and you weren't, so I think it was a little bit different.
No, you wanted to go around meet everybody. And I'm like, "Well, who's getting off?" And Jordan's like, "You are." And I said, "Who's taking pictures?" And he goes, "You are." And I was like, this is not gonna go over well. So like obviously that happened about a year ago. So when I posted it on Instagram, I'm like, "What pictures can I use?" And I was like, "I only took 10." Conveniently, because again, I got like booted off after my first round, and I'm like, "Well, now I have nothing to do." So I sat there and drank the rest of the Gulf Pharaoh's keg.
That was one thing that I missed out on. I didn't even try their beer, and I'm mad at myself.
It was good.
Question.
It was good. I drank it for you. Do you like lime? Yeah, you like it.
You guys talk to people on a day to day, like you guys, what you do, you do a great job with the pod. But how hard was it for you guys to interact with everybody out there, kind of figuring out who was with what group and who's like? How did you guys already kind of know everybody, or was it just kind of organic? Like, hey, we're gonna go introduce ourselves and see what the hell.
I still don't know who was out there.
Yeah, like, there were some people that I feel like we totally like might have been like shaking hands with and feel like a total ass that were like,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
There were people like, "Oh, I was there," and I was like, "I don't remember you being there." So there's still a lot of people that I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I'm happy. Like there was a group of there were 4 of them, and Jordan's like, "Yeah, there's so and so." I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I still don't know who they are.
So some people were pretty well like when we were there, like, "Hey, I'm blah 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 with blah," so they like would announce themselves, or someone like, "We're wearing gear," so you could kind of tell right away. But yeah, I mean that was the cool part though, is like we have these podcasts and like talk through social media, and then all of a sudden like now it's everyone is all in one space or one place, and it was like wow.
Some people were easy to pick out, like obviously Daniel with his big beard and everything. I'm like,
yeah,
you. I know you anywhere. And then there are other people. I'm like, no, you got to introduce yourself to me. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, then you feel kind of like a dick because you're like,
But there's also like, I don't know how many people were there. We oversold it. There were too many people.
yeah,
Well, we showed up with a sober driver, so there was 5 of us. I walked.
that's the way to go, though. That's so smart, to be honest. Like,
we ended up.
My favorite group was the group with the cooler.
Where did
was
we
that Thick's group?
No,
I was gonna say I don't know if
Which-
Thick was
Thick
out.
had
I
like
know.
a whole bar. They had like whiskey or something.
so there was a group with a straight up like big ass Yeti tied to their golf cart. It was not Thick though.
No, I think that's because they were talking about that. That was like they were on that big backup. I think when there was like 8 carts on there.
I mean,
Everyone was having a good time.
I was on that backup too because the Gulf Ferals called me over and looked at me double fists and Modelo's.
No, it was a great one, man. It's unfortunate. This next one's in Minnesota, man. I wish.
Hey, no, it's a great thing.
It's fortunate for us. Yeah, it's in our backyard.
Minnesota is beautiful, and we have incredible golf here, and that's what we're trying to show off.
And the experience. I mean, we wish you guys could come out and be a part of it because we love the West Coast. We love everyone out there. The community is really cool. So we really appreciate you guys. And hopefully I mean, obviously Big George's from that area. Obviously he doesn't live there right now, but he's from that area. So,
he's the mayor of Sunnyvale.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Sunnyvale. So we'll probably make another event, it'll make it happen again out there.
We're set to play with them in July 13th, that Bay Day or whatever. It used to be Odin Day.
Yep.
They changed it up on us. So
why'd they change the name?
I don't know if it's I don't know. They're trying to make it a little more like a Bay Area type thing.
I thought they were different events, to be totally honest.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but either
Jordan doesn't really tell us about that. And I mean, to be fair, we never asked.
Yeah,
I figured Odin Day and Bay Days were different. I don't know.
Oh, well, then we'll be back for that other one.
That's damn! I just gave Jordan brilliant marketing advice.
Yeah, Carlos, I want to ask you. So I had some stuff on you for Bandon. I really want to pick your brain on Bandon. So for
glad you're alive.
Yeah, we're glad you're back. For most
I just woke up from my 3rd nap, just to give you a heads up of.
We heard you. But for most golfers, Bandon is definitely on people's bucket list. It's definitely on my bucket list. But what just overall, like, what was the experience like?
Oh, it's I don't know if I have all the words for it, but it's breathtaking is the first thing that comes to mind. Obviously, and I can appreciate that because we got similar stuff in our area, but totally different level. It's a different experience because there's so many. And to start off, like the first day we got there Thursday night, and first thing we did Friday morning. So they got this amazing practice facility. It's a big compound. It's literally a big, enormous compound.
It's like a playground for adults, right? That's kind of what it is. It's like a playground for adult golfers, really.
It really is. All you see is men out there, and so if you're out there looking for a date, you're not going to find one.
Or you might,
depending on your, But so right off the bat, all these courses are lined up along the coast. And like I said, they got, I want to say 8. I don't even know. I got to count them all, but they started off with Bandon Dunes in 2002, I believe. That's the first one that opened. Then they came out with Old McDonald in 2004. And the Bandon Trails and Bandon the most recent one is
6 to 8, I think, and then there's the par 3 that's like
they just opened up a Shorty's 19. That's a new par 3. There's 19 hole par 3. They got another Preserve 13.
The Preserve, that's the 13. One I was thinking of. Yep.
Wholeheartedly, I thought it was just one course, and I thought the one course was Bandon Dunes.
No. There's the original.
It's like a big deal.
That's the first one. Cool. Then they got Bandon Old McDonald. That's the second one.
I'm like, Don. I knew there was a couple courses. I didn't realize it was like a compound.
So it's not to because I definitely want to continue to get your experience, but they would kind of say it's kind of like the home of golf in the United States. Like some of those courses are supposed to like emulate or replicate like St. Andrews or like the Scotland style of courses, right?
It's exactly because a lot of those courses on the coast, there's not a lot of trees. It's a lot of running hills, a lot of sand traps.
Wind, the weather is obviously a crucial part. Yeah,
and we actually got to experience. We played golf 3 days, and we got to experience the weather, and every day was different. First day was, we had 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. Awesome. You adjust it. We're hitting 140 yards. We're hitting fucking 3-wood and shit. Like it's pretty crazy. And then the second day it was the most beautiful day in the world. Sunny, very little wind. It was sunny from morning till dusk. And then on Sunday, it just dumped on us all day. So I mean, we got a little bit of everything. So we got to experience the three climates there for all the different courses. But on day one, right off the bat, like I said, they got these courses and they got this amazing practice facility, completely free to anybody. You don't have to stay. You don't have to be a member there. You don't have to be a guest. You literally walk up, unlimited balls.
Let's go.
You hit it all day, and you can play as much as you want. On that same practice facility, obviously, they got chipping areas. They got 2 different driving ranges. They got a little bar, restaurant, little setup. And then they have a little 9-hole course there, completely for free. You play it as many times as you want. They're all short holes, but it's a great way to start you off to get you.
Let's go to Bandon and only play the free stuff.
Yeah.
You could go there.
Where are you guys spending the night? In our car?
Yeah.
And then we'll get back tomorrow morning.
We could stay in my work van.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
right in this cabin right here.
Yeah.
So they got, a bunch of little bungalows, and they actually got the actual the hotel, the main hotel there, but a lot of bungalows along the way. And it's not cheap. That's one thing Bandon is not. It's you better take a few credit cards because you may not.
That was going to be one of my questions on there. I wasn't trying to get an exact dollar amount, but I know it's not cheap, and it's
But fortunately, we had a connection.
So for the price of everything, could you have bought a car? Like, yes or no?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely a used car.
Someone buy me a new car. Mine kind of died.
He's driving a 1984 Sheepdog.
God, I wish.
Dude,
I wish. 19-year-old in a Buick.
I saw the whip. I saw his.
Talk about old cars. I just picked up a '94 Honda Civic.
Did you get a hatch?
I didn't realize it was a 2-door little sports car, and it's funny because I didn't realize it was that old until I went to get it insured, and they're like, "Is this gonna be registered as a classic?" And I was like, "What? No, this thing runs." And she's like, "It's 30 years old, so you can classify it as a classic."
I don't think you need to do smog it anymore now.
I was just almost.
I think after 30 years, I don't think you have to.
I was almost offended. Like, dude,
the tabs are like. So they actually pay you for the tabs. So $here's $10.
Did you say it's still a crank? I don't think it's
roll up windows.
Still a crank. It's not a fucking. It's not power. It's a crank.
People don't know what that is.
Oh, my kids think it's like the coolest thing ever. They're like, dude, this thing's weird. So
no, it's really cool. Definitely no backup camera on that guy.
Sensors.
No, yeah. There's no backup camera.
I didn't have one either.
So going back to the Bandon experience, a couple of follow-up questions, because the weather was one of the questions I had on there, because I know that's kind of it's so unpredictable.
You just don't know. You have to toss it.
Yeah, but you kind of just go with it, right? You're going into it, you're kind of aware of that, like, hey, it could be 70-mile-an-hour winds, and we're still going to play it. It could be downpouring.
I would like to point out, Minnesota, July, it's always sunny. You just stand. Don't have to think. You don't second guess anything.
July 20th. You guys aren't busy. Come on.
Nice and sunny. It'll be stupid hot.
But did you guys stay like in a cabin, or did you guys stay like on the main resort? And then how many of you guys ended up going?
So locally, we three of us drove up from down here. It was about a 10 and a half hour drive. So it wasn't too close, but and one of the reasons we went up there, we have a friend who's a caddy up there. So he literally took care of us. I mean, and we did not stay on the resort because we didn't need to spend that much. We got an Airbnb about 20 minutes out. Way more affordable. Definitely the smart thing to do. That's the way to go. So we definitely saved quite a bit of money on that because as you can imagine, the resort fees are pretty steep. And you just got to be prepared. You take elements. I took shorts. I took a parka. I took rain gear, my rain gloves. I mean, I was ready for every element. Actually,
you were ready for it. It didn't matter what.
That's how I packed for California. I was like, okay, I got pants, I got shorts, I got hoodies, I got a jacket, I got a winter hat.
Well, for the record too, when we were coming out there, I mean, we also went to San Francisco quite a bit, and then so like San Francisco to San Jose is like Could be 82 degrees and it could
never-
be 48.
I've never been there. I was like, God, what if it snows? Like, I gotta have my jacket.
Got his mittens, his winter gloves with like Don. Those aren't golf gloves. Those are
Dude,
winter
I
gloves.
had
Dude.
so much stuff.
Winter gloves.
I'm like, what if it snows there?
I didn't know FootJoy made winter golf gloves. That's
They
great.
don't.
I know. Slap the logo on there. Oh, that's awesome. But going again, I'm so excited about the Bandon thing because I've heard other people that have gone there, and again, it's so to refresh it. I think we've talked about this because we're in Minnesota. Wisconsin has Sand Valley, which is basically they own the same property, and it's basically it's the Bandon Dunes of the Midwest.
Why didn't we reach out to them?
I have before. They're it's kind of the same thing. Like they get booked out so far in advance that the same person I talked to about Bandon is you can get on this like
let's do Shindig 4 there.
That would be amazing. But you get on this like wait list essentially for any cancellations. So you're not really on a set like, hey, I want to go this time of year. It's literally like you put your name on this, and like if they call you and like, hey, we have this open, like you either, you pay money for it. It's not a lot of money, but it's basically to put yourself on the list in case of cancellation. So, and that's how they got on there. But they kind of the same concept. It's Bandon in the Midwest.
How far is that?
It's not actually that far. It's like 3.5, 4 hours.
That's too far.
But yeah, it's not really that bad. But what was it like to have you played with a caddy before? Because that's something that I personally have never had as a caddy. So I'm pretty sure you have to have a caddy out there, and it's all walking. There's no carts.
Exactly. So a couple of things. I have played with one caddy before, only because I had to. I played in Guatemala one time on a business trip, and it was a private resort, so you had to have a caddy.
Yep.
Didn't help much, but whatever. it was a little girl about half my size. I played with the caddy in Mexico, and he drank like a sailor, dude. He drank all my beer.
Like, what should I do right here? I don't know. You should go get me a beer, and I'm thirsty. I don't know.
3.5 hours exactly.
We run out, we go get more.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But because our friend that we played with is a caddy, we didn't need one. He was great. He helped us out. You're right. Everything there is walking with the exception of one course. And we got to play that one on Saturday. It's actually a caddy course. And it's I think it's the only one that's not along the ocean, but it's called the Bandon Crossings, and it's known as the caddy course. And they play on there for $45. It's an amazing, beautiful place. We paid 105, which is more than reasonable. First, we had an 8 a.m. tea time. We're out there pretty much by ourselves. We had the whole course to ourselves for the most part. That's the day we had the great weather. So, I mean, it was just the icing on the cake. And then obviously, like I said, with him being our caddy, we really didn't have to hire one. So it was great in that aspect that, we found a lot of ways to save some money because of that connection. And so very thankful for that. We had a great opportunity. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
What was your favorite course personally that you played out there?
All of them.
Yeah,
they all had something special. I would say either Sheep Ranch, which is one of their newest course. I think it's their newest 18 hole. I think it opened in 22 or 23.
Okay.
Either there or Bandon Trails. Both of those were amazing. I mean, Bandon Dunes was just amazing as well. So was Crossings. We didn't get to play Captain. But again, it's I'd say walking away, thinking back, Sheep Ranch by far was amazing. Well, and it had fewer sand traps. So I was very thankful for that because those are tough, man.
I find myself in those as well. Yeah. So what is your thoughts on the par threes? Because like I've mentioned this plenty of times before, but there was a cool resort in Michigan that I played in. It was called the Bootlegger, and it's kind of similar to the Bandon, but nowhere near on the same level. But they had a little par three, and it's called the Bootlegger, and you play barefoot, and they have music. They have like Bose speakers kind of tucked away in the rocks. So all it is basically 80 to 120 yard par three. And so it's just more or less like you play it beforehand or you play it afterhand, grab a drink, that kind of thing. I think they have something similar to that. Did you get a chance to play barefoot, depending on obviously the weather? And if you did, what were your thoughts on that?
No, we didn't get to play either. So again, there was that one practice par three that was free. We played that one, and the other two par 3 courses, which is the Preserve and
Yes.
Shorty's 19. We didn't get to play them.
Okay.
That's we may be going back in October, and I'm hoping to knock them out then. But,
Yeah, that was probably one of
I
my.
didn't get a chance to.
Okay, so you have to.
They do have.
Hold on. What a subtle flex. He just went. It's like back in October.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
You sound like a local.
And then then you were like, "Is it more than a used car?" He's like, "Yeah, probably like a new car actually, or two." Who knows? He knows a guy that knows a guy.
One of us here doesn't have a car.
You just got to know the right guy, dog.
Got to know the right guy. His name is.
That's what it is.
my
Not
boy
what
name is
you know.
Chandler. He's a great caddy, man.
You know what's funny? I've been sitting there the whole time and I was like, wow, I wish we had a connection like that. Meanwhile, we're playing the Freedom Open Media Day event again on a private TPC course.
That's true.
Like we weren't just invited out last year to Craigens.
But this is Bandon. But yes, that is.
But like, you
yeah,
know what I mean? I'm sitting there
But
like,
you do have
I wish
those
we had
connections.
And then I'm like, oh no, we do.
Yeah.
It's just more Minnesota,
It's more Minnesota. Yeah.
which is great. We're going to play TPC Twin Cities again, which nobody can play unless you know somebody or you're a member.
That's true. I definitely want to get the experience of a caddy though, because I feel like that
I'll
could
be your
really
caddy.
make it, or like I feel like if it's like the right caddy, because they're trying to make money too, and they want to help you. But it's like I'm like all Mr. Positivity, so it's like if I get that guy that, like when you hear Bobby Berger, Bob to Sports, obviously
Did
pretty
you
much
see
everyone.
him just blow me off?
Ooh,
You.
why? Would you?
I was like, I'll be your caddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was.
And then you keep going.
I'm
And
sorry.
Tony's sitting there just,
I'm sorry. I was
want
like
the real
trying not to lose my train. I'm old now. I'm trying not to lose my train of thought here. I was really onto
Last
something.
time I checked, I just had.
You did. Yep.
Yeah,
Mine's
so
gonna
I
be
think-
less than 50.
I'm
11.
well-
I can't even do math. That's
well
how
aware.
old I am.
It's on the
12
sixth.
days. No,
16.
but yeah. So like, I feel like caddy wise, yeah, you'd be good caddy. Going back to that, but
You see that club?
but like the whole like Bobby Berger thing, like just seeing like how like amped up he is, and you see these caddies, it's like
Did you see him hit that girl in the leg?
no, I reposted the one where he hit it backwards, which was really cool when he was with Brandon.
I
He
saw
hit
that
it,
this morning.
He yells forward and just smokes this chick in the leg.
Oh, I didn't see that
Yeah.
one. He's
That's
freaking hilarious. But
Oh yeah, you didn't because you don't look at the group chat.
I do, but
It
I
was
don't.
in the group chat this morning.
There's so many to like. Honestly, it's a little overwhelming. I'm trying to like get through my day here, and all of a sudden I see like 4. Like I'm doing this, and I'm still catching up.
Trying to catch up.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's great. I love it too, but I'm just not active at all. Like I try to be, but I'm not. I'm definitely not one of the active ones there. But
My
Just don't have
favorite
the
one's
time.
all in Spanish.
yeah,
I don't know a damn word
You're
in
like, I gotta
Spanish.
Google Translate this real quick. What is this?
Copy paste translate.
I was asked what is it? Hey, what does this mean? Why is he talking shit about me? That's rude.
You can edit that out.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to edit it out.
So no, I that is one trip. The Bannon is something that I would love to do, but I think, like I was telling Dom here, I think for us, that Sand Valley would be something really cool to do. Not necessarily like a golf tournament, like you said, but like
We could even go like Whistling Street.
more like an event of like just get some people together that would be willing to like 12 to 16 guys that would be that are into golf that want to like get an experience rather than
That's
like
like
hosting.
too many. That's too many people.
It isn't if you go to like these kind of places though, I think they do such an amazing job with like spacing things out.
I don't like 16 people.
Well, it's not like you're playing with 16 people at once. Like it's like there's like 16 to 20 people, and then you change. Yeah, we're not having.
And you
4 to
gotta share
10
the
golf.
cart, too.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't
that's
like
gonna be the
any of-
world's longest round.
Yeah,
of
I'm like,
golf.
I don't like any
Dude,
of you. And I'm stuck with
told,
you.
We have 15 Dom just riding solo.
Yeah, I'm like, leave me alone.
I told Jordan you guys got to do a shindig out here in Monterey because Monterey is not abandoned, but there's golf courses galore. And that's part of the reason, kind of to circle everything back to Big Choke. As a kid, we have so many golf courses, but we weren't exposed to any of them. And now that we're here, we're like, they're in our backyard, dude. Like, what the hell?
Missing out.
You guys got to come down.
Because once
I was
this
trying
one
to get-
happens, we go
when-
almost through. So once this one happens, we go almost straight into like planning mode for the next one.
Yeah.
If we do it in
Yeah.
Monterey, you guys want to help plan it?
I'll pitch Monterey back out, dude. It's mi casa su casa, dude. You guys come
Yeah.
down here. I was trying to pitch when I knew the guys were coming up from SoCal. I was like, well, see how we can make things work. Jordan, whoever wants to come down and play in Monterey. But when everybody was getting to the Bay Area, we're still 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. So it's just not going to happen, right? But if you did something out here in Monterey, there's just so many golf courses, and there's still reasonable hotels just outside of the Monterey Peninsula that you didn't have to stay at the resorts.
Well, heck yeah, we'll have to definitely add that to the list, because we had a blast out in California, and if that was kind of the huge part for us, is that we've had some other states in mind, but one, we kind of found out it's a little bit of a burden trying to plan an event when you're not physically there. Jordan was there several times, so he did a lot of legwork. We all have kind
It was
of pitched
also like, so originally we wanted to do this year's in Oregon, and it got really hard because we don't know anybody super well in Oregon to be like, hey, can we ship all this prizes, all this stuff to you?
Yeah.
We're in California. We're like, oh, let's just ship it to Jordan's parents.
Yeah.
And his parents are very nice and grateful. We just shipped it all to his parents. But here it's all going to me, which is fine. So it's like, cool, I've got this big stash of stuff. In California, I don't want it. Like, obviously Minnesota is my home. I don't think I'll ever move away. I felt incredibly at home in the Bay Area. Maybe it's because like I'm a Niners guy and like beer and all these other people, but it's like I felt very at home.
Yeah, it's very
which was weird for me.
We're used to Minnesota nice, same thing kind of thing here. Unless you're driving, then all
off the
everybody.
table.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're 80 and a sweetheart old lady, like it doesn't matter in Minnesota. But otherwise, it's Minnesota nice. But yeah, everyone was like open arms, and we just.
I did have like a culture shock. Like when we landed, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Bro, we're being passed. So like here in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Like Priuses do like 45 on the freeway.
The speed limit's 55, 45.
Yeah. This we had multiple Priuses pass us doing like 85, 90. I was like, what's the point of your Prius?
Dude, gas savings going 95 miles an hour. I'm like, oh my God.
That to me, I was like, what the hell?
Dude, we saw them all over the place too. And they were, every single one of them was like.
And your guys' is like highway system, I felt like a mouse in like a maze with all the big walls. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because in Minnesota, we've got nice trees. Everything's so green, and I'm just like,
yeah, we can't even see anything. Like,
yeah, I was like,
I don't even know what state I am in. Did we just where are we at? No, but it was.
They do that for noise, right?
Noise and safety.
Probably.
Yeah. I think they do it for noise because there's houses everywhere. So it's just
so like we have that too, but it's nice and brown. Like it looks nice. It's not like straight up concrete. And I'm just like
am I in jail?
Yeah. I'm like, did we just go to jail? Like,
no, it was
nicest jail I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience, and it was
only jail I've ever been to. My parents sometimes listen.
Yes. We'll keep that on the down low.
We can edit that too.
No, Cali was super dope, and I think we have a pretty big reach. Obviously, Jordan does too, so I think that would be. It's just kind of a no-brainer, I think. Obviously, but yeah, we kind of go to the drawing board after the. It takes a little bit because it is draining. You guys know, like putting these events together are fun, but they are very.
The first shindig took 9 months from inception to first check-in was 9 months.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I'm already booking out 2025 dates for like our league, and actually St. Patrick's Day next year we're doing the leukemia lymphoma, so that one's already booked.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah. So we're
you got to keep moving, thinking ahead.
It's ticking, right? So it's one of those things where we were actually taking it full circle again. We were at the scholarship banquet at the local high school here because boom, we did it. We got 3 scholarships out this year. Not very big dollar amount.
That's awesome.
But we got 3 scholarships to 3 senior girls this year. And we got approached by 2 guys that were out there giving scholarships, and they have a nonprofit for real estate. And they're like, hey guys, you can't avoid us now. We need to talk to you.
Because we actually talked to them last year.
We talked to them last year, and they were like, you need to help us set up a golf tournament for our real estate. And the thing with us is like we're willing to help everybody, but we don't want to we don't want like Big Choke Golf on everything that's, hey, this is a charity, this is a fundraiser, or just kind of make it feel like it's a money grab. It's like, dude, we're willing to help you, but you need to throw your logos on there and throw your name out there because Big Choke ain't gonna, people are gonna get tired of us.
Yeah. Oversaturate it and overreach.
So we have our friends that support all the time, and they're down to, if you tell them, hey, we're playing for $1 or we're playing for charity for a couple $100. we have those regulars that are let's go, a la Joe and those guys. I don't seriously. There's some guys that we hang out with, and I'm sure you guys have them too. I'm like, do you guys ever fucking work? It's like Tuesday, and it's like, hey, tea time at 10. I'm like, no, work.
Right in the middle of the day.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you've done that.
I have, but
It's been for work. It's like, bro, yeah, I can't that day. I'm playing this course at noon, and it's like a Thursday.
Dude,
it's a
these
shotgun event.
guys-
Yeah, I got 2 coming up for work. I'm taking customers out, and that is the thing. I will say, in my new position,
I asked my boss if I could do that.
yeah,
He left.
that is part of my gig. You know, I'm in outside sales. I work commercial roofing sales. So that's like my main gig. But
Well, like I'm an area manager, right? Like I should be like, hey, can I go take? Well, I guess I did take my Mizuno rep golfing.
you did, yeah.
That was on like a Monday when we're not even working, and I paid. He made me pay.
You should have got reimbursed for that, and you should have expensed.
I should have.
100%.
I should have billed Mizuno.
You should have put
Damn
that on the Mizuno
I just
tab.
trip out how there's
Yeah.
so many, like, it's like,
But no, I was saying going back to it, like last year, I don't want to say I fell out of love with golf because I absolutely love golf, but when I got in this new role, I'm like, I have kind of the freedom to do a little bit of everything, right? But I realize how much more work and my workload is, you know, you're working in the day and at night, right? But it's like I thought I was gonna sneak out, play 18 holes at 6 a.m. like at least 2 or 3 times a week. And I got getting interrupted like every day, and like you go out to the golf course to kind of just, you know, it's kind of like you're like release.
Get away from
get
that.
away from it. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's like now I can't concentrate because I just got eight emails and 3 phone calls in like the span of 10 minutes. I'm like, now my head is now I'm sucking at golf, right? And I'm like. So I'm like, I'm gonna do like if anything, like a Friday early afternoon, or I'll play on the weekend, and that's kind of what I've been. Unless it's like a work golf event, but that was one thing that I really learned quickly. I thought it was gonna be, you know, I could avoid people for at least a few hours out of the day. But unless I'm like,
Never
you
pick up your phone on the golf course, man.
I've developed
time
a
at
way to
Del
hide
Monte.
from people at work.
We played Del
basement.
Monte. We played Del Monte one time, and I think it was like hole number 2 or number 3, and I was waiting for an important phone call from work, so I gotta take it. I took it, and it was like,
Why'd I answer?
I was like, no, it's just.
Yeah.
I like missed the next 2 holes or whatever. I just walked with the guys, and it was like, dude, this is fucking miserable.
Now
you
his
feel
mind's
bad.
on work shit.
Yeah, you feel bad too, because like we did that with Dom. I did that with Dom, and I'm like, hey Dom, you know, I can't really. I'm like, I'm gonna be working, but not really working at the same time. And it was like,
Yeah,
It
we
just
were
sucks.
invited out to the super nice resort. They comped everything.
oh yeah, that was. I thought talking about a different round of golf, but yeah,
Well,
that was
that's the only one I could think of. Is
No, remember we played one where I think you either chipped one in or something, and I'm just sitting on the phone. Like,
yeah,
with
that
a
was at
wedge.
Cragen.
Was it at Cragen?
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it
because
was.
I hit the most beautiful flop shot I have ever done. I shit you not. It's propped up perfectly. Derek's on the phone. I'm like, well, I can't ask him for help on what to do. So I said, you know what? We'll wing
Screw
this.
it.
And it was just the most beautiful whoosh. And then the ball was like in slow motion. It went up and then just like down and then rolled in. And I threw my club.
I
my
turn
arms
around
up,
and look at
and
Dom
Derek's
over
like,
here. I'm
and
like,
Derek's like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, I'm celebrating.
I was like, but again, yeah. So it's like I'm that person that I can't just.
Yeah,
like,
that was the second course at Craig.
that was you're right. Okay, but for me, it's like I'm guilty. I don't want to not answer the phone call because that's part of my gig, you know. At the same time, so it's like. But I have learned now that we got a little bit more of a team here. I'll be able to just kind of put my out of office and actually just because I was the same like with my older brother. He used to do that all the time. I'm like, dude, how are you that busy? Like, why was your phone just constant? And it's like annoying for me because I'm sitting here like, and I know that he's not like in the zone because he's doing work crap. So now I know how it feels. So moving forward though,
Time I worked for a little bit.
Yeah.
So my job, I got promoted about a year ago now, which is wild that they have not fired me yet.
There's still time.
still times.
Yeah. Basically, so like all the sorts have their planner, and then there's my planner, and I just don't punch in or out. It's at the point where payroll's like, Dom, you got to punch in and punch out, so we know where you are. And I'm like, I don't want you to know where I am, because then you can track me down.
Yeah, I don't want no cameras.
So one lady from payroll called every store looking for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, you could have just called my
Cell phone?
like they gave me a work phone. I'm like, you could have just called the work phone. And she's like, I don't have that number. I was like, then what's the point of me having a work phone? So she finally tracked me down. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at this store that you just called. She's like, why? I'm like, because I'm training people in. She goes, why is that not in your planner? I said,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. She's like, why don't you punch in? I'm like, because I got here late.
Shit, you're honest. Down.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to tell you guys I'm late.
You want to keep working there, right?
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to circle back to you guys with the damn it, I can't think of it now. The scholarships. I know last time you were on, that was one of your goals to give out more scholarships, not necessarily bigger amounts, but more. I'm so happy that you guys gave out more this year. I'm sure you guys wanted to give out even more and more money, but that's one of those things where it's like, I wish I had more scholarships. I wish I applied for scholarships,
A
period.
lot of people don't. That's where it's a big.
They're out
So,
there.
yeah, I was.
Sure.
They always told me that in high school, and I'm like, I don't want to write an essay. And then it turns out if you apply, they'll just give you money. And I was like, well,
And-
Yeah, some people just didn't apply. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I screwed up.
Part,
Just
part
give me
of
one
the
of the
beauty.
big checks. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll throw in back my card
of
that
the-
I don't have. I was just so
That's what
excited.
we should do. Just get the big checks, dude. So part of the beauty of this is if we in any way can encourage kids to get out and play and be exposed to the sport of golf, I think we've done something, right? So not that we should take credit because I don't know if we did anything. I don't know if we influenced in any way. My nephew applied for the men's club at Quail Lodge in Carmel scholarship. He got an annual. He got the scholarship. It was like $5,000.
$5,000, yeah.
$5,000.
Wow. Good
He's
for
going to
him.
San Luis Obispo, and he got an annual membership at Quail Lodge. So he played out there on Sunday.
Oh, did he
This
go out
kid-
there already?
This kid's like 17, dude. I'm like, bro,
Living the.
I wasn't doing anything on Sunday. Bring me out. So he already went out,
Nice.
and he's like, bring a lot of golf balls. It's very hard.
Oh,
So not that we had anything to do with it, but we gave the seniors on the boys golf team, we gave them a little goodie bag at the end of the year. So if we can encourage kids to just get into the sport at a younger
Playing.
age, I think we're doing something.
That's amazing. Man.
The
Keep
first
up the
tee.
great work.
So I know we're probably running out of time.
Oh, you're
here,
good.
but the
Good, yeah,
first
no.
tee called me today. We've been bugging the shit out of them, and I mean to the point where we went to the head director and we're like, hey, we're in your inbox again, dude. Like, we just want to make sure you don't forget about our little North Monterey County community because we don't have golf accessible for our kids, and this is what you guys do. You guys are the professionals. So they called me today. They're setting up a summer program, 4 times, once a week for 4 weeks. They're going to bring golf to the middle school here in our community, which the kids, I can guarantee you, never held a club. And then they want to roll that into an after school program throughout the school year in the fall. So the guy's like, I told him, we don't have to be a part of this. Big Choke has nothing. Like, I don't even care. That's already a win, dude. So he's like, no, somehow I'm going to tie you guys back into helping us out. Like,
It'd be kind of cool. So it'd be kind of cool. And I'm sure Jordan would be on board. Obviously, I cannot speak for Jordan because Jordan is probably asleep. Hope so.
Yeah, we should.
Dude has the weirdest hours I've ever seen. It'd be kind of cool that, like, if the official ball for that was your guys' Odin ball with artichoke on it, it wouldn't be anything like super crazy, but it'd be like a nice little touch for the kids and for you guys, right? Because chances are somebody's gonna find that ball that the kid shanks. It's gonna happen, and someone's gonna be like, "What the hell is this artichoke swinging a golf club doing?" And then boom, it leads right back to you guys. I'm sure Jordan would be down for that. Obviously, I cannot speak for Jordan, but it might be kind of a cool thing.
Just like the time we got tagged on a picture when they found a golf ball with our logo on the side of the road outside of the golf course. And they said, somebody must have gone out of bounds. And they tagged us. And it was like, what?
You guys find this at the golf course? Not at the golf course. No, it was actually across the highway.
It was
in the parking lot. Yeah. It was in the parking lot of the next building.
That's not our ball. That's not us.
Yeah, that's not us. But man, it's amazing. Yeah, exactly. You guys are definitely, like you said, you don't necessarily have to be involved in it, but realistically, you kind of paved the way for them to actually get their foot in the door here. So, that just speaks volumes for itself.
A lot of times it's just pointing out things, right? You're like, hey, there's not a whole lot of golf here in the North Monterey area for the kids, like you were saying. maybe they didn't know that, and all you have to do is point it out and be like, hey.
And there's so many
help.
people. The power of social media. We touched on it last time we were on, Dom. The power of social media. You ask others what IG page kind of is your favorite or something you should follow, right? 831 Golf, Milton. He's a teacher at the high school in Salinas. I don't know if you guys follow him or not.
I feel like I've heard of that before.
He's got the perfect putting mat deal in his class, and he's been posting videos. He's been posting videos of him having putting competitions with his kids.
Yeah, in the middle of class
or during lunch. And I'm like, dude, that's so awesome, because shit like that is like those kids that were, probably not gonna go play any sports or who knows. Now they've held a golf club. Now they're maybe asking questions. I don't know.
Yeah. And golf is cool now.
I messaged him.
Golf is cool now, right?
I messaged him January 2nd, and he left me on red. Get him on, because I think he'd be great on here. He left me on.
He's awesome. He's a great guy. He's a great advocate.
He traveled, like, last time I reached out to him, he was like in Spain with like his 8th grade class or whatever, with sophomores or whatever. But he's a teacher out there, so he's kind of on that school year calendar. So it just depends. But I'll reach out to him.
Summer's here. He's available.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the issue is we're booked out to like August, but
still to get him scheduled
summer. Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, so I feel special. There's a window, and you said, hey, let's jump on Tuesday or whatever, right?
Tonight was one of those things where we had like a super cool guest, and then they emailed me and they're like, hey, so and so can't make it, can we reschedule? And I said, kind of. I'm like, it won't be in July, or it won't be in June or July.
Or 2024.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at my phone calendar. I'm like, August ? And they're like, okay. So
most part, everyone's really flexible, but
we'll see them later. Yeah.
We're glad that you guys were able to hop on.
We weren't sure. We're sitting, when I talked to him, it's like, is that today? We're like, fuck, I think. I'm sitting here trying to.
I'm trying to take a nap, dude. I just got back from.
Also, I appreciate the little random messages you guys send us, or mainly me, because I guess Derek doesn't run the page.
Social.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much.
So I started commuting again. So I got 45 to an hour every day each direction. And listening to you guys, it's like, all right, who's on today? Whatever episode of, I'll catch up, and then I fall back, and then I started picking up on Ralph and Los Golferos, their podcast too. So what you guys do is great, man. You guys are kind of what ignites the flame for everybody else to listen to and see who's out there. I mean, there's just so many people to fucking be grateful for.
Yeah, I love what the Golferos are doing. I haven't really talked too much about it because I want them to tell their own story, right? I think that is super important for them to go their own route. I love that it's golf, but then they've also had, a guy talking about finances. And I messaged Ralph. I was like, bro, I hate math. Like, the whole reason I don't have a college degree right now is because I can't do math. Sorry, Mom. But I sat there and I listened to this guy talk about finance for straight up an hour, and I was like, this is interesting.
Going back to school.
No. Well, I'll finish, but I'll finish, but not for finance. And then they've also had on they just had on a barbecue place, and I messaged Ralph. I'm like, bro, they followed me, and I was so sad. And Ralph's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm sad that I'm not an hour from them.
The Smokehouse, I think, or Warriors Smokehouse or something.
Something like that. They followed us, and I was like, I'm so sad that they're not like an hour from me. So what they're doing for their area, and not only their area, but like the Mexican culture and the Mexican golfers and, the Latino golfers as a whole, I think is unbelievable. And for, myself to be on their podcast I still think I'm the only non-Latino on there, even though the group chat. So the group chat calls me Miklo, from Blood In, Blood Out. So I felt very honored in that sense. And then to be on it twice so fast, I thought that was the coolest part. But I want them to tell their own story. So hopefully like you listen to us. Hopefully you do listen to them more because they've had some really cool ones. People talking about, I think it was Lalo's episode with them. I was like, I didn't know that it was kind of frowned upon to golf in the Mexican culture. I was like, I had no idea.
That's the Friday morning drive. That's what I catch, man.
Yeah.
So,
I love what they're doing, but I do want to thank you for, the positive messages and stuff like that. There are days where it's just like, it feels like a grind. And then like, I'll get like a big choke notification. I'm just like, oh shit, what's going on? I know, like I literally just had it pop up. I had it pop up and I was like almost crying. I was like, that's
you guys
crazy.
Are, like supportive, like everything we do. It's like fucking first podcast we're on or whatever. It's like, dude, what the fuck? They want us on a podcast or why?
So
we love kicking it. Yeah.
I had messaged Beans on the Green. Like, hey, we'd love to have you guys on. And they're like, we don't even know. I'm like, you don't have to know. So I've been waiting to like reach out to them again, be like, hey, come on.
Yes.
I'd love to have you.
I'm in a group text with Beans on the Green, Lalo, and IPA Manny. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, IPA. Yeah, met them out there at the event. They were awesome.
Dude, Lalo is
so those four guys are like, dude, we need to do something in the Bay Area. Kind of all four of us. And then I said, well, they're all playing in our group. I think all of them except for Beans and the Greens is out of town. But for the Clash of Clubs.
Oh yeah, and
for
August.
Jeremyville, I still want to call them the shit show crew, the Hidden Links. So that event is hands down. That's so much fun because there's so many groups and the formats. He does like 9-hole, stroke play,
shamble.
He does a
scramble,
and you're playing.
We gotta do that next year. We gotta have a safe park crew.
Yeah, and even if you guys didn't win that event, you guys would have probably the most fun. So you got Lalo, you guys, Lalo.
Man,
I mean, the whole.
Oh god, dude, right? Lalo is
just a riot.
It was bad.
Looking forward to it this year.
Get the permission slip signed by the whole family, not just the wife, the kids, the 5-year-old, the dog.
Like, what? This is like a dog signature. Yeah,
so he sent us some of his belts, and then I ended up ordering a couple more. I didn't know how to work the belt because
send us some hats too. He sent us a bunch of stuff.
Well, I'm young and I don't know how belts work apparently. He sent me a YouTube video on how the belt works. I was like, dude, you did not just. He's like, yeah, bro, I can't have you like. He's like, well, what if you have to pee and you can't get it out? I was like, oh shit, you're right.
Hold on a sec. Let me go to YouTube.
I was like, hold on a sec. Let me watch this video, figure it out.
Real.
I just religiously wear his belt to work now. I don't even wear.
Oh, I love them. I love them.
Like,
I just don't take it off now at this point.
Yeah, it's stuck. I sleep with it. I've been wearing the same pair of pants. I can't get it off.
Guys, man, you guys have been great, dude. I love talking. Oh yeah.
So we got to do the rapid fire because we didn't do that the last time they were on.
I don't
because
have
it was
a whole
just
lot of them on here, so
I don't care.
They can go.
We got to do a little bit for them.
Okay. I didn't have a whole lot of time because I switched it up, but I'll.
So we have a few. So
go ahead.
Just for the sake of both of us and you being here, let's do it. Since I feel like it's been a while too.
Even if it's a couple, that's cool.
Yeah, that's how you close your shows.
Yeah, rapid fire questions. Another 45, 50 minutes. No biggie.
Yeah, that's fine. Your wife can wait. She's all wet.
Rapid fire questions. No, I'm just kidding. We got a few on here, and then we obviously got to do some food stuff here quick too. So you can ask whichever one you want, my friend. Fire away.
Oh, I was not expecting. Okay, I like that one because I'm curious. What's your favorite golf logo? Other than your own?
I would say for me, I love Beans on the Green, man. That's one of my favorites. I don't know where you at. I don't know.
I'm a big fan of beans. So the fact that they have a bean with a putter.
Yeah, I love it.
And the name. The name is cool too.
I just like beans.
I don't know. I've never really paid attention to like golf logos and
So we've had people answer with like golf course logos.
Yeah.
Even just like the classic Titleist logo.
Yeah.
Besides our own.
I kind of
like no others.
I know. It's just I never like I'm not a big logo thing. But now that I look at ours, it's like what the fuck, an artichoke. Never really paid attention to like the
Hey,
details.
I love the artichoke, dude. I love it.
I used to. I love the name, the shit show crew, because that just tells you who your group is, right? And it's like, that's, if we had a different name, I'd say we're fucking a shit show when we show up. But when Jeremy changed his whole, like, and I get why he changed it, right? Just
it makes sense.
It's hard to market something called the shit show tour.
I send him a message and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Jeremy? He's like, I had to, dude. He's like, you're not the only one that like asked, but yeah, as far as logo, you know who's doing who I like? They're Brandon Fox, Fairway Fox. Fox. I like that. They're a cool group there too. So,
are you looking up walk-up songs?
Yeah, I was trying to think of one off the bat because I know you're going to ask me. So, but I had a coworker that retired, and to this day, and he's 60 some years old, he's never worn a piece of Nike clothing ever.
Purposely.
Never owned Nike. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of wild, actually, if you think about it. I mean, back in the day, Nike was, Adidas, Nike, there's Under Armour, but like, it kind of just reminded me, he's like, I like my own brand. I'm thinking that's kind of like him. He didn't have his own brand, but he like wore Under Armour only. I'm like,
no, I got my first pair of Jordans when I turned, how old am I? 40.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, how can you not Jordan, the GOAT, in my opinion, like, how can you not have anything Nike? What is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, if you could collaborate with one brand, what brand would it be? Could be like a donation for a golf event. Could be anything. But what are you thinking?
That's a good question, man. Collab.
Hey, you wanted the full experience. You're getting the full experience.
Got it.
We're just getting started. Okay.
Well, even though you don't have a very big list.
No, we don't. Like we can rattle them off.
Y'all wear underwear or not?
If I could collab with somebody or not necessarily a brand, but somebody, be the boxer Canelo Alvarez, because he's during the fight, this last Cinco de Mayo, and this guy, we seen him at Pebble Beach. I don't know what it was, 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was. Yep, he's a huge golf nut.
You want to talk Mexican culture? Like, don't fucking put a million Mexicans together in Vegas or a Mexican national soccer game or, any kind of festivities that involve like patriotic shit with Mexico. It was a fucking riot in Vegas. I was like, dude, this is a whole different experience. I'd never been there for, a big title fight or whatever.
Did you say you were at the fight?
I didn't go to the fight itself.
Oh, okay, but you're out
that weekend. Yeah. It was. I went in the weigh-ins. It was fucking Mexicans.
Shit show.
Mexicans don't know how to behave. Period. So he put us all together in a big fucking wild Vegas city, and it's a mess, dude.
Yeah, Vegas is crazy in general. But then, you get
maybe someday, Manny, IPA, and he'll be listening. He's played with them a couple times down south or whatever, but
that's sweet.
That would be a good connection there.
That's a good one. Yeah, he's actually a pretty good golfer. Like he picked it up and he kind of same thing. Kind of got obsessed with it. And now he's got his own little logo and everything.
I read somewhere that he was putting a little too much time into golf and it was kind of taken away from his training and boxing,
especially against Bivol. But everyone else, his last fight, it was pretty.
That was pretty dominant.
Yeah, he was unreal. And that guy's a good boxer too. The guy that he was fighting, I liked it. Another Mexican fighter.
Yeah. I think Abraham Answer would be a cool one, especially now that he's got his tequila. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be nice. That's a good tequila too.
So
is it? I can't find it anywhere
really
here.
It's pretty good.
Dom, were we on? We must have been on before we did the tequila tournament last year.
I was going to ask you about that because you were pretty pumped about collabing with the tequila people, and I love tequila.
Oh, we could go on for another. Derek's like, dude, why did I sign up for this?
No, it's okay. But this is why I said rapid fire questions are like, it's just funny because it really doesn't. It's totally opposite of rapid fire.
Last October, like everybody's like, when are you guys doing that again? When are you guys doing that again? It's like, we're not. That was a tequila people event. They just asked us to help them host. And we had tequila tastings on the back nine of whoever knows Pacific Grove, poor man's Pebble. Oh, fuck, great event.
We had
9 shots on the back nine.
They had the
so that's going to be our walk-up song. Lil Jon shots
come down.
That's Lil Jon and
their best tequila.
It's Lil Jon and something. It's
LMFAO.
Yeah. They were on for a hot minute and they just disappeared.
Did you know that they were related? one is like the uncle, one is the nephew.
Sorry, we're having our own little conversation here.
No, so our
ADD.
friends from the tequila people do a
ADD's
trip
kicking.
to Guadalajara every year in January, and we're trying to link up the dates
with Manny's
Manny,
invitation.
IPA and his annual tournament in Guadalajara, so we can maybe double dip
A little collaboration there with
There you go.
tequila and Manny and IPA.
and crash Big
Oh
Choke.
yeah,
So
that's sick. Let's see here.
It's funny. I love tequila and you love IPAs.
I do.
We should go.
we'll drink them both, man.
So do I.
Yeah. I'll let you ask the first tee song. Or first tee question.
So first tee, let's rewind it back to the shindig. So if you had a walk-up song, what are we going to listen to in first tee?
Yeah, has to be some kind of corrido, motherfucker.
No,
I
the Spanish jams don't kick in till like the
Back nine?
third or fourth
Back nine.
hole, you know,
Okay.
'cause we
Is
start-
that after like some drinks and you're like,
So
do
so at the shindig, it's funny because we kind of just bypassed everybody and went straight to the bar, and we met with Juan from Golf Vatos, and
Oh yeah,
Just
golf.
ice.
Those guys are awesome. Golf
Dude, he was
Vatos.
awesome.
So
not the
it's
one
funny.
with a machete?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hear him and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I met him.
I talked to him for a while. Those guys were
Cool ass
legit.
guy. Cool ass guy.
Ice was ordering like a fancy like wrap because she wanted to have like breakfast before she started drinking or something. She's like, "Oh, I got to get some food. You guys want some?" We're like, "No, thanks. We'll just have 8 beers, 2 each."
I don't think-
like.
Don't
And-
think
and
I
Juan
ate that
from-
day until dinner.
And
Same.
Juan from Golf
think I
Vatos was
ate
standing next
alcohol.
to us, and he's like, "I want what they're having," So then that's how we met. We were at the
Yeah.
bar.
Friends forever.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Those are cool. Those are cool dudes. Yeah, and
So
they're
the
both
walk-up
actually pretty
song-
solid golfers too. Yeah, good
Yeah.
swings. Both very good
walk-up
swings.
song. I don't know. I'd go like some Tupac or something.
I'd go
yeah.
Big Pimp in what's his name?
Jay Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah. Oh, see,
So-
you're thinking you're teeing up like at a baseball park or something. I'm thinking more like
It's a walk up.
The walk up. You gotta
Oh,
get pumped
yeah,
up a
no.
little bit. I like
That's
it.
what it is.
You know, I've been going back and forth with a handful. Obviously, like my classic one is David Banner. We're gonna do
Yeah.
that, or I might do like tipping on 4 4s.
more like
Um,
Sandman. I mean, Mariano Rivera. That's
PIMP
you
by
know.
50.
That's a good one.
That'd be a great one.
Yeah, I love that one. Or Many Men. That's a great one.
Many Men would be a good one.
So-
Although if we're doing that, I might as well do Gangsters by Pop
So
Smoke.
if we're talking walk-ups 5
Mhm.
years ago, 6 years ago, and maybe I'll dig up the video somewhere. When we first became our group, our first Big Choke outing, like official group outing, we went to Monterey Pines, middle of the rain. Like, I don't think they gave us carts, or maybe they gave us.
No, we had to
carts.
walk that day
We had to walk
because it was
right?
raining so much.
It was downpour. The dude's like, "You guys should just cancel." We're like, "No, we're out here,
We're
whatever."
here, man.
So then at Lee, I don't even know what clubhouse he's at anymore. The head pro there, he's like, "Fuck, if you guys want to play, I'll the course is yours. Nobody else is gonna come out here today." So he's like, "Are you guys gonna do like an inaugural shot?" And we're like, "Sure." This guy right here steps up to the tee box. And it's like, "Oh, rip one down the center, dude." Fucking parking lots out to the right. There's nobody else's cars but ours. Fucking huge slice into the parking lot. And we're like, "Oh." The reaction is priceless. It's like, dude, that defines Big Choke right there. It's like, what the fuck?
And that was the meaning of Big Choke.
And that's where we're at.
Choked at the biggest stage.
That's so I'm
That
going.
sounds like Viking. The first hole on Viking, it's
Oh,
straight, and then if you go right, there's the parking lot.
Yo, yeah, I've hit many in that area before.
Yeah.
Oh, we've all done it. Don't act like we haven't.
Yeah, it's not like
Oh,
it's
no.
one of those like, oh, let's get in the car and
All my
Breakfast ball.
shots.
head down.
Oh,
I'm pointing like this.
Yeah.
Like,
My shots, they start off like, "Damn, Dom, that was really good," and then the ball goes, "Nah."
yeah.
And then
And if you
and
aim
then-
left, you're in that 18th fairway coming back.
there's
So-
no winning.
I don't know why I just kind of found this song the other day.
This is your
From
fault.
Travis Scott, "In My Eyes" off the
I don't like,
Utopia
I don't
album.
like them.
I like that song, but going back to Canelo, one of my favorite songs though is "El Rey."
Yeah.
I think you turn that up on the back nine right there.
Those,
Yeah.
when you,
Well,
those trumpets start going, man, it's fucking
Oh
beautiful.
man, you already know these. Like the first thing I think was Canelo. I like, yep, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And there's a couple people you go out golfing with, depending on who's playing, who's controlling the speaker. You know how your round's going to go or how it's going to end.
That's so true. That's a good
Always
point.
me.
this is not going to be a good day. I mean, it's going to be a great day, but I just need to start texting the wife right now and like, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of another, I'll just, I guess, off the top, rapid fire question. You're talking about how like it goes way right. What is the most common saying if you were to hit a drive? What is the most common saying that your buddies would say that you do? Like, oh, we'll find it. Or it started off right.
Say you said far right. I'm like, where are we going with this?
No, I was just saying like it started off really nice, but then it ended up far right or something like that. So like, what is like the most common thing somebody would say about you hitting a ball off the tee?
I don't know if it's like a common. I think what going back, shout out Joe. He always trips out that I don't like. I just walk up and hit it, and he always says this fucker, and it's like, what? I'm just hitting a golf ball, dude, and it may not go very far, may not go straight, but he always just this fucking guy doesn't like. You don't. He says I go through like a mental fucking breakdown of what I'm gonna do when I tee up, and I see you walk up and you just swing. Like, dude, I gotta have fun. Like, I'm not here to figure out overthink the fucking swing. You know, I suck.
That's not normal because I'll go up there, I put the ball on the tee, and I just go.
Yeah, and he.
Some people know they're like very methodical on what they're gonna do.
Every time I play with them, he's like this fucking guy, or he'll make a comment kind of in that, you know. I look back and I'm like, isn't this normal?
Party poopers.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dom. It's like I'm not here to fucking. I don't know. What would you say?
I'm not here to break a course record. I'm just here to have fun. Like
I'm far from it.
Do me, yeah. I'll probably set the highest record. Like.
You're like, what's the course record? Like 58? No, I'm talking like what's the highest score you've seen before?
Yeah,
that's what we're going for.
I promise you will beat it.
I would say though, like that'll play or like I said, I love listening to that one guy.
It really opens up over there.
Yeah, it really opens up over there.
You always tell me we'll find it.
We'll find it. Yeah, that's gonna be
we'll find it. Should be good.
Yeah, it should be good.
We get that a lot. It really opens up over there. Don't worry. Yeah.
I love that. I think that was it like Tyler Moore or whatever his name is. It's something more, I think. But he got really famous, and a lot of people don't like him because his voice is really obnoxious. But he does those little videos like that, driving in the cart of like common things people say. But
you know what? You know why I don't like him?
Why?
His freaking mouth.
His mouth. You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Watch him talk.
He does like a weird.
It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Most people say it's his voice, but he does it on purpose. It's an act, clearly. But
the way he talks,
you know, I hate his mouth. Who's another good IG page? Since we're kind of talking on people and they're you know how they're watching them. The Caddy Whisper. He's a caddy out at Pebble Beach. I don't know if you guys follow him.
Oh, he's good. He has good,
really good content.
Good content.
And he's always doing video edits on the guys he's working with.
And he's supportive. He supports us, and
he's a cool cat. His videos are great.
I'm gonna text him right now. DM or he's got his phone number right here. I'm gonna text him.
Should we call him?
Let's FaceTime him.
No, he's on the course right now.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
Sun's still out. He's on the course.
It's closest that me and Dom are going to get to Pebble Beach anytime soon. Like, I mean, the 7th hole real quick.
We could go drive by it. That'd be close.
Where's our boy?
Who's our boy out there? The caddy out there. Old man Jerry. Old man Jerry. Classic,
dude.
Old man Jerry.
Yeah, Old man Jerry. We ran into.
He's a caddy at Pebble.
And we ran into him doing our extracurricular activities.
Was that a pro-am?
Was it U.S. Open? The Women's U.S. Open, dude.
Extracurricular activities.
And next thing you know, this guy's just hanging out with the Big Choke crew, fucking out at Pebble Beach,
smoking a joint in the bushes.
I figured that was the extracurricular. Yeah,
he's old, dude. And we call him because we lost him. We're like, fuck. Like we were walking around with them, and people were like, "You guys better take care of Jerry." Like random people.
Like everybody knew him there. He's fucking.
Everybody.
Don't lose Jerry. Whatever you do, don't lose Jerry.
Don't lose Jerry. Like we were like random people were telling us, "You guys take care of Jerry." And we're like, "We will." And then we lost Jerry. So it was like, fuck. So long story short, we call him because we're like, dude, we lost Jerry. Like, where's he at? He's like, don't worry, guys. I'm on an Uber. I'm headed home.
I'm all fucked up.
Thank you, guys.
That's like the night we lost Luke.
Dude, he wanted us to go to his house, like,
to his man cave to hang out.
I was like, nah, Jerry, we'll catch up later, dude.
Maybe another time, Jerry.
So the night before the shindig, I was drunk. I was feeling it. And
that hard to believe.
in my mind, I had told Derek, "Hey, I'm gonna go find Taco Bell."
Yeah, he definitely did not tell me.
I straight up
Just left.
I left the bar, and I straight up.
That was me. I lost Jerry. I lost Dom Dom.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is
And
Dom Dom?
I've never been to San Jose. Nonetheless, I'm in shorts and Crocs.
Not just regular Crocs, ones that look like nutsack.
So I'm wandering around San Jose, and this nice hot dog vendor man shows me where the Taco Bell cantina is. And today I found a video on my phone of me taking videos of my tacos and laughing.
Dude, that's hilarious.
And
Dude,
then
is this like downtown San Jose or where were you?
yeah.
It was what's that? It's a
Brit.
Yeah, it's a
Santa
really cool
Clara?
little strip. There's a really cool strip with like all sorts of like bars and restaurants.
Yeah. I had a
San Pedro
super good
Square?
mango
San
margarita.
Pedro Square.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly it.
And I wandered away to Taco Bell. And in my mind, I swore I told Derek, "Hey, I'm gonna go find it." And I just wandered off. But then that same night, we left Luke.
We did, and that was the weekend we got introduced to High Noons.
I got introduced.
Me too. Yeah, never had. I never.
Yeah.
had.
So like,
I just tried those high noons for the first time this weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, 100 calories. Yeah,
I didn't know they had alcohol in them until I was too late.
Yeah, they're real. They're actually
drinks.
they're too smooth. They're
Yeah.
like too sweet.
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't tried the tequila ones though. I've only had the
Oh,
vodka ones.
I
Those
tried
are
those
good.
too. They're good.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Expensive.
we're in an Uber going back to Airbnb, and everyone's like, "Where's Luke?" And then Luke calls us. He goes,
yeah, that's right.
he goes, "Bro, where are you guys?" I'm like, "We're in an Uber. Where are you?" He goes, "Waiting for you guys." He's in front of the bar.
Yeah, Luke was hilarious. Luke was a riot, man.
And now he's out in the middle of somewhere super top secret because he's a freaking
He's in the service. Yeah.
He came up from San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight up. So we were playing
Good
Half Moon Bay. He's texting me. He's like, "Bro, I'm at the Airbnb. What's the code?" I give him the code. And then we walk in and he's sitting out there on the porch, 2 big seltzers in his hand. And I'm like, "We don't have those here. Where'd you get those?"
He went to Costco.
He goes, "Bro, I walked to Costco and back."
How far a walk was that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a good time. But we got to go back to Cali.
We had so much alcohol in the Airbnb that we messaged the owners. We're like, "Hey, we're leaving this here. We cannot fly home with it." Immediate 5-star review.
Yeah, we got a 5-star on that. We gave them a lot of alcohol. So, but we got to say more for another podcast. It was called. This is a blast. But we always end with a food related question. Dom, you can ask it however you'd like. If they're going to be
Let's switch it up and have you do it.
You want me to do it? Okay. All right. We're going to come host our next event. Hopefully that's in quotes because we don't know for sure, but that's what we like to do.
This one sucks me to never do an event again.
Yeah, we're done with events. We'll just come out and visit you guys. But in any case, yeah, we come out and visit you guys.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna go?
We'll make an event when you guys come out.
Yeah,
You
let's
let us
start it. Let's do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Where are we going?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, good start.
Sounds like a strip club.
Sounds like
Traditional, just Breakfast Club. Super busy, so you better be prepared to either show up early or wait.
Definitely not
They
a
get
strip
some long
club.
waits. Good food. Lunch.
Lunch, what do we want? We can either do like a companion sandwich or what else can we get?
Turn
Fan
12.
of sandwiches.
Oh, they got these great sandwiches up next to the Naval Postgraduate School. Oh, actually, no, that's by DLI, Defense Language.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's, we got a lot of good food in the area. So I mean, depending on if you want seafood, we go down to what's that one on the wharf, the number 2 wharf, the little I'm drawing a blank on the name. Down from the sushi place by the Dust Bowl.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But I don't know what
the name. It's a good little hole in the wall. It's for locals. Great seafood. Oh shit! It'll pop in my head in a second. Dinner. Where do we go for dinner?
yeah. Like if we're not doing tacos for dinner, what's a good
Why wouldn't we do
Well,
tacos?
we probably will, but because we're gonna wait to see what they say. But what is your go-to for your taco joint? Is there like a hidden gem taco truck, or is it like more like a hole in the wall little taco joint?
Okay.
Palenque is like the little local dirty bar. We'll hit that one before the tacos.
No,
Heck yeah,
great
okay.
tacos there. It's a gentleman's club, and in the back they got the best tacos ever, man. And
Hell yeah.
grimy walking through.
Honestly, it's hard because being that we're so used to the Mexican culture and the food, like you criticize your own food so much that it's like, dude, we've made tacos.
We make better tacos.
We make better tacos than a lot of.
As a matter of fact,
places.
that's what we'll do.
And we'll just
Hell yeah, a
grill it
little
up and-
home grill out.
It's like backyard beers, and so we could do that. But if you had to
That's the
go get
best.
something for dinner somewhere, you probably want to be out in Monterey.
No, tacos, we'd want to go to Salinas.
No, I'm just thinking dinner.
Oh,
period.
okay, yeah.
It'd probably be three of
Yeah,
us because
sounds
Dom
good.
Dom would probably sneak off to Taco Bell at some point in the night.
Well, we
Going
can
to
take
night.
them like to Alvarado Street Brewery, where you can grab an IPA, and then there's a Taco Bell across the street, and then you won't lose them.
Win-win right
Leash is
there.
long enough there.
Yeah,
See, we got this all figured out, man.
There's local breweries, downtown Monterey, and yeah. So it's definitely a spot to consider. The Tropicana boys and the NorCal Golf boys or something, they just had a big event out here, like a 2-3 day event, and I'm sure they had a great time. They hit some spots.
So you were talking about how you guys have a gentleman's club that serves tacos. First of all, I'm there. Tacos, hello. We have one here that serves
Not only
hot
tacos,
dogs.
but good tacos.
Yeah, ours.
Actually, there's
we-
a guy outside that sells hot dogs, so we
That's
got
the
that
guy
too.
out in the street.
No. We have one. We have one here that has like a
He's
hot
outside the
dog bar.
premises.
Yeah, I can't speak for the hot dogs. It's
Kevin either.
at the.
But you know
at
who
the strip
told
club.
me about it? My mother.
Yeah, it's like a famous. I think it's like Wednesday, like dollar dog day.
Yeah, like it's a big deal. My mom's like, "Hey, this is the one that serves hot dogs." I was like, "Why?"
That's a good way to end on the note right there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a blast.
See what you missed the first
Love it.
time?
Well, I met them out there out in Cali. And I knew it was a blast when I met you guys. So it was a good time. But let's do this again.
I'm glad
and,
we brought it back.
yeah, 100%.
This is great, man.
Well,
And if
thanks
we
so much
can,
for, like you said, taking
meet
the
up
time out of
again.
your guys' day. I know you're tired after that whole big Bandon Dunes trip, but we
I
appreciate
got my
it.
3 naps in today, man. I'm
Yeah, you're all good.
ready to go.
And he's probably got a tea time tomorrow. This is
I'm
one
gonna be up all
of the
night.
guys that's like, dude, where are you playing tomorrow?
Dude, actually, I was going to bring this up. I was just checking on my trip. This is the most golf I've ever played in 1 month.
Yeah.
15 rounds in 1 month.
How
Jeez.
I've never
many?
done that much.
Like
So that's
every other day.
every other day, pretty much.
Wow, good for
15.
you, man. That's
1-5.
impressive.
I got 15 rounds in the month of May. I just counted them all up.
Good for you. You're making up
Why is
for
there-
us.
Handicap's still so fucked up.
It's actually gotten better. Yeah, so I'm on a roll. Let's go.
And how we started the conversation today was that 6 a.m. tea time because nobody wants to join me. That's me right
That's
here.
that guy.
Derek, let's go.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get a little breakfast burrito, something in the morning and early morning tea time. I'm all for it, my friend.
You're back by the time people are waking up.
All right, so we expect to
right.
see you guys here in 2025?
2025,
2025? Yeah.
25?
Set it
Okay,
up.
we'll set it up.
Let's talk.
We're gonna
Yeah,
make an
we'll
event.
go to the drawing board.
The event will be for you.
Yep.
How about that?
Group. It's a team effort. 100%.
But you
let's do
totally
it.
just
We'll bring-
butchered that.
I was just
We're
saying
just
something
kinda-
else, and I was. What's that?
We're kind of centralized where people from the Bay Area can come down, guys from Southern California can
Sure.
come up.
So it's not.
Monterey
Yeah,
Peninsula is not a bad spot.
It's a good meeting place.
If you give people the time, give them some proper time to plan.
Sure. Well, we got time.
I think I'm sold on Monterey.
You too.
Yeah,
I'll talk
Let's
to
go.
Big George tomorrow.
or in like an hour.
Yeah, when he wakes up. But all right, fellas, it's been a pleasure,
Okay,
man. You guys
boys.
take
Gentlemen,
care.
it's
We'll
been a
talk to you
pleasure.
soon. Okay.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Yeah.
Thanks
Later.
a lot, man.